It's the Mark and HooGie Show, featuring this week's guest, Shane Told of Silverstein.
Hey, it's the Mark and HooGie Show. It's always beautiful to see your face, HooGie.
It's so nice to see you today, man. How's your week been?
It's been good, you know. It is what it is. I never leave this room. Literally, I eat here, I sleep here.
At least you have a room. Remember, I'm in a closet.
That's true. You are. But I love that you're sporting your Boone's Bourbon back there, your Rev amplifiers, your
SIT strings. You got some Prestige guitars.
Look at beautiful.
Hey, don't forget about our merchandise.
Yes. Everybody's loving the masks. Everyone's like, how can I get a mask? How can I get a mask? We don't just have masks, though. We got coffee mugs and T-shirts and flip-flops, hats.
Hoodies, guitar picks.
Oh, yeah, even the guitar picks. I almost forgot about the guitar picks, which are super cool.
You can pretty much order anything off the website. You can go to markandhoogie.com, themarkandhoogieshow.com, and order from there. When it comes to the mask or the guitar picks, feel free to DM us on any of our socials or my personal socials right there, and I can help you out with that stuff.
Super cool. Well, we have a cool guest today, a close friend of mine as well. He's the singer from the band Silverstein, Shane Told. He's actually got his own podcast as well, Lead Singer Syndrome. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about his time with Silverstein and more. Shane Told, the singer from Silverstein, he's our guest this week here on the Mark and HooGie Show. All right, yeah, we got Shane from Silverstein joining us on the show today. And buddy, how you been, man? You look great.
I feel great. You know, no, I think the last time we spoke, I was kind of like, you know, down in the dumps a little bit. You know, like it didn't feel right to be, you know, removed from my tour and stuck at home, and it like felt just really gross. And like now, I don't know, I've kind of settled into a bit of a routine and kind of feeling all right. So, you know, hey, whatever.
Is it weird though that it's now happening? But it's got to be strange. Like now, it's becoming normal. Like I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, you know, I don't know either. But I will say that at least I feel okay. You know, like at first it really was like I don't know. I can't feel this way forever. You know, not to sound emo or whatever, but like honestly, like it was depressing. And now over the course of time, like I've done a bunch of work around the house and, you know, we've done a bunch of projects with the band. Actually just this past weekend, we all saw each other for the first time, got in a room, played some music. So that was really, you know, cathartic too. So, you know, hey, it's, some things are back. You know, I sat on a patio yesterday, had a couple drinks at the good old Lion's Head.
Nice.
Right? Oh yeah. Getting dirty at the Lion's Head. And they had open flame tiki torches, like so dangerous. I don't know.
I was going to say that's safe.
Now you guys, I have a question because like where I'm at, like I want to say there's only 10% of people walking around in masks. You guys everywhere. Like I went for a ride yesterday to Kingsville to drop off a guitar, and it's like people in their cars got masks on. People like everywhere. I think I was the only person driving without a mask on.
Yeah, like, I don't really get the driving with on.
No, I don't either. Or gloves or any of that. But like so when you go out to the pub, do you have to wear a mask and like pull it down when you take a drink there, or like what's it?
When you're outside, no, you don't have to wear a mask.
Okay.
The servers are all wearing masks. I think that's like the law.
If you go to the bathroom. So if you go to the bathroom, you have to wear a mask while you're walking, but then once you're sitting, you're good. Right?
Sitting on the toilet.
Sitting on the toilet, you don't need the mask. Walking to the toilet, you do.
You do.
Yeah.
I don't know, Mark. I've smelled some of your farts, Mark. You need the mask when you're on the toilet.
I do need the mask.
Yes, 100%.
But you mentioned that you and the guys got together. Was that just kind of recording, some new material or just to jam?
Well, no, we did a live stream. So we got together in the studio that we recorded the last record at. We had the producer of the last record come in and mix this performance we did. And,
nice.
it was like the studio. It's called Union Sound in Toronto. It's a beautiful studio. They have a vintage Neve console. So we were able to really make it sound great, for our fans and capture it with some really great video equipment. And dude, that's our friend that's done a bunch of our music videos, filmed it all. And we also did some like funny stuff. We pre-recorded some commercials, like fake commercials and stuff, just to make it a little more interesting, because I feel like not to like diss any bands doing live streams, because I think it's great. You're giving that to your fans, or it's something for your fans to, have. But sometimes it's like, it's boring, man. Like, I don't want to watch a band play 20 songs in a row on my phone, right?
Yeah.
Like, you miss the whole atmosphere of the show being loud and there being other people and probably being half in the bag, So for us, we wanted to do something a little more special. So yeah, we added some commercials in, and we had like instant replays done, like sports commentary, and it was just really something we wanted to do that was fun. And it was really just great to see the guys again, and like sing again for the first time in 4 months. I was pretty gassed after the first couple songs.
Nice.
Do you think that's the way it's going to go though now? Like, I mean, I hope not, but
yeah. Well, I think if it was a month ago, maybe I would say, oh no, like we're on the other side of this. But when you see the numbers in the States and stuff, like there's really no evidence to support that we're not still at the beginning, right? Like, I don't know. So I mean, all we can do is, we're kind of taking it step by step, just saying, hey, like what can we do now? What are we allowed to do? What makes sense for us, for our fans? Hopefully something we can, make a little bit of money doing, because obviously, wiping out the touring side of our business, I don't have another job. So, like that's a big thing, to us. So we got to do what we got to do. And for the most part, like Canada's looking good. So maybe we'll do lots of Canadian tours. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And tell me if I'm, out of place for asking this, but you brought up the money thing. It's not as if nobody's getting rich doing these live streams, but I wonder, like, are you even, and if you don't mind me asking, like, did you at least break even?
Yeah, we did. I mean, we did spend a lot of money on it. Like I mentioned, we did it at a proper studio through like really, really good gear. We had really, really good people, helping us with it. So yeah, we spent a lot, but luckily the fans, we kind of drove it home. Like, hey, this is the way you can help us out. We also donated $1 from each ticket. It was $10, no service fees. We donated $1 to this foundation called NIVA, NIVA. If anyone wants to check it out, they are providing financial assistance to independent music venues that have been affected by COVID-19. Okay. So, obviously, like, we don't know when it's going to come back, but these places are in big trouble. So, anything we can do to help, hopefully, them get back on, on their feet, and in turn, when we get back out there, it just helps all the touring bands out, But no, to answer your question, I mean, yeah, it really, we sold a lot of tickets, more than we were expecting, and obviously, it's not as much as we would make doing a whole tour or anything, but at least it's something for now. And, we'll do something again at another time, I guess, if this continues. And, in the meantime, we're working on tunes and doing other stuff. And, for me, I have the podcast that's doing really, really well right now. So, I'm still keeping busy.
Yeah. You've been doing that podcast for a couple of years now. It's for people who don't know, Shane runs a podcast, and it's called Lead Singer Syndrome, and you interview other lead singers.
I do.
Bands.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
And you've had some huge guests on this show too.
Yeah, I've had everybody from Scott Stapp to Dee Snider, to Jim from Jimmy Eat World, to Fat Mike from NoFX, like really just trying to running the gamut of artists. And obviously people know me for rock and roll, punk rock, emo, whatever they want to call it. So I have a lot of those kind of guests, but I also have, anybody like all walks of life, like anyone that's a singer in any genre. It's amazing some of the similarities that we all have. So it's really a fun show, and I think people don't BS me because they know I know, which gives me kind of a bit of an upper hand as an interviewer. I'm nowhere near the caliber that you are, Mark, or anything like doing radio for so long.
Oh, stop.
But people really, really know. Like I can kind of, I give them the Larry David, and they know they can't mess around with their answer because I'll call them out on it. So yeah, it's been really fun, and yeah, I've been doing it. Geez, 200 and I just put up today episode 235.
Wow.
And I do it once a week. So whatever 235 weeks is, like 17 years or something I've been doing it.
17 years.
Yeah, 17, I think, right? So,
sure. I don't know. There's a reason we're all in this industry. It's because none of us were good in math. So.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of lead singers.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of lead. Even you had the singer from Guar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's great. Blothar the Berserker.
Yeah.
And that was cool too, because I was told, when I did the interview and I talked to their people, and I kind of got the word that it would be in character. Like, he would be as his stage persona, Blothar the Berserker, and I was going to get the whole bit. And then it's funny, after 15, 20 minutes of talking, it starts to settle in a little bit. And then he actually broke his character, and I got some real stuff, out of him that I kind of wasn't expecting. And that can be a cool thing, when you do long form interviews with people after they get a little more comfortable. I find once you get to 25, 30 minutes in, that's when you start getting the great stuff, the stuff that they don't talk about in every interview, and that's, I think that's what, makes podcasts in general as a format really great, but also my show, I think, stands out a little bit too.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Well, for people who haven't checked it out, there you go. Check it out. Yeah, Lead Singer Syndrome.
Lead Singer Syndrome, wherever you get your podcasts.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. Some Would You Rather questions with Shane Told. Yes, it is the Mark and HooGie Show.
Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.
Adventure Mystic is Mystic, Connecticut's premier paddle sports destination, featuring bike, kayak, and paddleboard rentals, sunrise, sunset, and full moon paddle events, kayak and paddleboard lessons, tours, and private parties, paddleboards, skateboards, snowboards, and so much more. Now shipping anywhere in North America. Order online at adventuremystic.com and follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Support the Mark and HooGie Show by purchasing your very own Mark and HooGie Show merch. Shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, and even flip-flops. You want to walk all over them, just like their kids do. So head over to the merch page at themarkandhoogieshow.com today.
SIT Strings is celebrating 40 years. We believe that great tone starts with great strings. Manufactured in Akron, Ohio, we're a small but mighty company made up of guitar players, bass players, fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, country music fans, metalheads, 80s rockers, and even the occasional jam band guy. Visit us online at sitstrings.com.
The meanest beard products in the world. HooGie here, and I gotta tell you, I've been utilizing the meanest beard product in the world for some time right now. It's helped my beard come in full, luscious, and, well, what more can I say? Save 15% using the meanest beard discount code MB15MH. Find us on the web at meanbeardco.com.
Why leave the house to go shopping when you can buy from your couch? Buyfromyourcouch.com strives to give their customers unique quality products and service at the absolute best price. Choose from one of their fashionable and washable masks and keep yourself and others safe. Plus, check out their top quality shirts, bar supplies, and more. Just visit buyfromyourcouch.com.
Conquer Rides and Rods, Canada's largest aftermarket V-twin parts retailer for Harley-Davidson and Indian motorcycles. We also carry the latest biker clothing lines and accessories. Free Canadian shipping on orders over $50. Meeting or beating all Canadian online pricing. Check out conquer.ca. That's Conquer with a K. Instagram at Conquer Rides and Rods.
Support the Mark and HooGie Show by purchasing your very own Mark and HooGie Show merch. Shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, and even flip-flops. You want to walk all over them, just like their kids do. So head over to the merch page at themarkandhoogieshow.com today.
Guitar gifts for you. a personalized guitar strap. They're embroidered, affordable, and professional looking for that electric, acoustic, classical, or even bass guitar player. All guitar straps sold are genuine Levy's products, and they're all fully adjustable. GuitarGiftsForYou.com. That's guitargifts, the number 4, the letter U.com.
Hey, what's up? This is Mike Newshock with Stained in Santa Sonia. You're watching the Mark and HooGie Show.
Hey, it's Mark and HooGie Show, and it is time for Would You Rather, the Shane Told edition. Shane, the singer from Silverstein, joining us today. And so we got a couple Would You Rather questions for you, Shane. This is always fun. It's a good way to kind of get deep and find out what you're really thinking. And we judge you on all of these answers.
We do.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very harsh.
Well, yeah, I'm a bit of a fucked up guy. So
oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. You can judge me. It's all gonna come out right here.
All right, so we'll start simple here. And this one, I think we've asked it on the show before, but I was actually talking to someone the other day about this as well. And I think it's a good would you rather question to start off with you. So would you rather go into the past or go into the future?
Oh, wow. That's a deep one.
It is deep.
I'm a dwelling in the past kind of dude. And I'd like to go back and wrong some people. You know, really go back and you know, kill their parents and really, you know, just make sure. Oh yeah, just really make sure that I get to them before they get to me.
Wow.
So, okay.
Not. I want to go back into the past to fix things that I've done. No. Like to be a better person and right the wrongs. No, this is
erase them completely.
Yeah, and take their ideas and profit off of them for the future.
And what would the names be of these people that you would like to?
Why would I go to the future? I got to go to the past to make the future better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's seen Back to the Future. You know what to do. You know what to do. You get the sports almanac and you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to the future. Ah, crap.
See, you got to go into the future to find out. See?
No, you got to buy the casinos to do the sports book. That's what you got to figure out. You got to go back. You got to buy all the stocks. Just buy the stocks. Buy the Bitcoin, whatever it is. Yeah, easy.
All right.
Done.
Erase them.
Alrighty.
Already.
Are we off to a good start?
Great. This one's going to be awesome. So, would you rather know how you die or when you die?
Ooh. I think when.
Yeah.
Because if you know when, like that day, you can kind of lay low a little bit, right?
I guess.
And if it's inevitable, you got a little bit of time to prepare. You know, do some fun shit, whatever, right? You know, finally see what that Cheetah's place downtown Windsor's all about. Never been there, but it's probably a good time. So maybe before I die, no.
And Cheetah's is not a sponsor of our show.
No. Although they will be after this episode.
Oh God, no! You're getting heavy hitters here. Jeez.
All right. Well,
I thought it was going to be like a 3-headed ant with like a duck-sized horse or a horse, 100 horse-sized ducks or like whatever those ones, you know.
We saved those questions for the more sensitive singers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the murder, the ones that want to murder people.
No. Yeah. I'm starting to question our friendship here.
But don't cross me, Mark.
I'm not. I never, ever. I'm kind of worried. I'm like, did I ever piss Shane off? All right. It's like Billy Madison and you're like Steve Buscemi, right? Where you're like crossing off the names on the list. Would you rather
ever call me Steve Buscemi again?
Okay, I'm sorry. You don't look like him. Would you rather smell like rotten meat forever or smell like a skunk forever?
Oh man, no, smell like a skunk. People will just think I'm cool when I smoke a lot of weed.
Right.
That's easy, man. As a vegetarian, I'm not eating. Yeah, rotten meat. That sounds horrible.
Yeah,
horrible. I mean,
flies around me all the time. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you rather live in an amusement park or live in a zoo?
Oh man, I'm gonna go for the amusement park.
Yeah,
I feel like the animals, like with the zoos and stuff. First of all, it stinks.
That takes you back to the smell.
Second of all, lots of stuff that can kind of kill you if you're not too careful. Like, I don't think the tigers are going to get out, but if they do, I'm dead. So, I'll stick to the amusement park and I mean, the carnies could get me too, though. So,
True.
yeah, got to watch for those carnies. But yeah, I'll go amusement park. I think that's a pretty easy choice.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather always have a big ass booger in your nose that moves when you breathe in and out, or a piece of food stuck between your two front teeth?
Ooh. I'm gonna go for the teeth. The food in the teeth. I think as long as it isn't green spinach, you didn't specify what kind of food.
I didn't. Okay.
If it's like a piece of let's say a black olive, big olive guy, maybe it'll just look like a little gap in my tooth. It'll be fine.
Right.
Know? But a booger's a booger. You know what that is. There's no.
I like how you say booger. You really emphasize the ooh.
I don't know. I never thought about it.
I like it.
Okay.
I'm going to start doing that. All right.
You say booger, not booger?
I say booger. You say booger.
Huh. Yeah, I say booger because there's two O's.
Booger.
Like booger.
So I've been saying it wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Sort of.
I don't know.
Would I rather it be booger? Yes.
Okay.
I'm with him. Booger.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Last one. Would you rather have no candy at Halloween or no turkey at Thanksgiving?
Oh, dude, no turkey, dude. That's easy for me, man.
Yeah, you don't eat meat.
You don't eat meat.
No, I don't eat meat. And I freaking love candy.
What about no tofu? We'll change it to tofu.
Tofurkey, yes.
Tofurkey.
Also not a sponsor of the show yet. But no, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Sorry, no. I'm still gonna go with the candy. And Thanksgiving's kind of a whack holiday anyway, right? Like, what are we really celebrating here? We need to ask ourselves that. Anyway. Yeah.
I do remember you have a sweet tooth. I do know that.
Oh, I got a few of them. 28 of them, yeah.
All right, there you go. Would you rather, the Shane Told edition. Coming up next, we're going to take some questions. So ask a question with Shane Told. It's coming up next on The Mark and HooGie Show.
Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.
Rev Amplification is committed to innovation, tone, and service. Check out the new Alpha Series, the all-new G20 and D20, as well as our great line of pedals. The plan from the start with the G-Series pedals was to recreate the tone of our amplifiers. You can pick that up in one of the three options, the G2, G3, and G4 pedals, and they're available today over at revamplification.com.
Support The Mark and HooGie Show by purchasing your very own Mark and HooGie Show merch. Shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, and even flip-flops. You know you want to walk all over them, just like their kids do. So head over to the merch page at themarkandhoogieshow.com today.
Prestige Guitars. We manufacture both solid and semi-hollow body electric guitars, bass guitars, and acoustics, using only the top components. Whether you're on stage, in the studio, or at home, Prestige Guitars will ensure that you sound, feel, and look the best each and every time you pick it up. Check out our new custom shop online at prestigeguitars.com.
Bestronix Pro Audio, providing high-end and durable audio cables for the professional musician. All cables are custom made to order and manufactured right in the USA using premium components. Check out our custom pedal board and rack builds. Visit best-tronics.com and don't forget to follow us on our socials.
Homegrown Boone's Bourbon, founded by American singer-songwriter Tyler Boone from the Striped Pig Distillery in Charleston, South Carolina. It's 117% proof, 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% barley. True American-made bourbon, aged in brand new American white oak charred barrels. Order a bottle online today. DrinkBoonesBourbon.com. Will soon be available in Edmonton, Canada, and in Europe.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Adam Gontier from St. Asonia, and you're watching The Mark and HooGie Show.
Hey, we're back with The Mark and HooGie Show, and it's time to ask a question. Shane Told of Silverstein joining us on the show today. Check out his podcast, Lead Singer Syndrome is the name of the podcast. Get it wherever you get your podcasts. And order a mask. If you're going to get a Mark and HooGie mask, you can get a Lead Singer Syndrome.
I just got these literally just now. Social Distancing Club, yes. Yeah, there's not very many available. They're probably only going to be for VIPs. But hey, become a VIP. You can get one.
All right. So we always take some questions on the show from our viewers and our listeners. So let's go to our first question for Shane Told. Here we go.
All right, so here's my question. You guys were supposed to be on the road celebrating the 20th anniversary this year. That's obviously been parked. So my question is, the time that you would be spending performing night after night on the road, are you spending that time doing vocal rehearsals, et cetera, just to try to keep your pipes warm for whenever we get on the other side of this and you can get back out on the road?
Well, thank you for the question. I didn't catch his name, but no, absolutely not. I am not doing any vocal rehearsal at all. I tend to like to do as little practicing as possible in my life because, I'm lazy. But, you see a guitar behind me and there's a couple other bits of gear. I've been working on stuff, writing some tunes and, we did a live stream last weekend and I've done a few things on my own. So, I'm still like, playing music for fun and all that. But, in terms of like, I'm not going to be in the corner here, like screaming my brains out for an hour and a half a night, just in case we're coming back,
Right.
Well, hey, if you need a guitar tech, I can come over and we can practice guitar changes.
That's really funny.
Like,
exactly.
I'm at home. I need something to do. I started this show with Mark, so.
Right. No, I mean, I'm flattered. Like, I'm sure that a lot of what his mentality is thinking like a professional athlete,
Right.
like they got to stay in the gym. They got to stay in shape. Or like all these sports guys, they're coming back. Right. And it's like, I'm not an athlete. This is not, I mean, I'm flattered. You look at singing as athletics, but no, I'll I practice maybe for a week before a tour and, scream my brains out a couple nights and I'm good. So.
All right, let's go to our next question.
Hey, Mark and HooGie. Love the show. Thanks for taking my question. For Silverstein, being a popular Canadian band, what advice do you have for Canadian bands to try to break into the American market? Thank you.
Well, that's a great question. I think I'm actually I think I can give a better answer than a lot of Canadian bands because Silverstein, we didn't start with the Canadian market at all, really. We got signed directly to a U.S. label, Victory Records out of Chicago. And we got our start in the States. And it was actually, we felt it was much easier to start in the U.S. and have it kind of trickle up to Canada rather than, be on a Canadian label and then you have to try to get distributed in the US and it can be like really tough. They don't really care as much, about a Canadian artist down there. And when you're on a US label, you still, as a Canadian band, you still qualify for some of the Canadian airplay and stuff and grants most of the time. So there's a lot of benefits of being Canadian, but really I think the key is just to start in the States, try to get a sign down there, do your work touring down there. That's the main thing because, as a lot of us know, in Canada, America is 10 times bigger and there are 10 times more places to play. Not that it matters right now, but there's 10 times the audience to
capture,
to like your stuff. And and that's what we did. And I think that's really the key is just put your focus there and Canadian labels will be mad at me, but yeah, don't sign to a Canadian label unless you're sure, unless you have your US rights also, right. Or you're sure that they're going to have something option for you down there.
Yeah. A lot of really quick question because I'm curious about this. You mentioned Victory Records. I know a lot of people had bad experiences with Victory Records.
Yeah.
How was your experience with it?
Well, we didn't have particularly great experience either. Yeah. We were a young band. We knew absolutely nothing about anything in the music industry. We didn't even have a manager to guide us. So, we when we look back, we just shake our heads at some of the things that went down. But nowadays, actually, Victory got sold to another label, and that's been kind of cool because we've been able to just go back and tweak things a little bit here and there with the new company and cross the T's and dot the lowercase J's or whatever. And, just try to figure out some of the things that we can figure out now. It's been actually pretty good, and we're lucky that we made music early in our career that people still care about, at least, because a lot of bands, they would have just been one or two and done. And luckily we stuck around, and here we still are, even with the mistakes that we made as a young band.
Awesome. All right. Let's go to our next question.
Hi, Shane. Jordan from Windsor, longtime fan. Just wondering what your favorite Warped Tour experience that you guys had was.
Jordo, yeah, thanks for the question. Warped Tour was just the best. I have so many fond memories of it. We did it so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember the number of years we did it, but I know that if you add up the total number of shows, Silverstein were in like the top 5 bands that have played the most Warped Tour. So we are kind of like we're the real veterans of the tour. Yeah. And it's really hard to pinpoint one specific moment. I think, I used to love, like, the whole thing about Warped Tour is, and a lot of people thought that this was BS, but this is true. You don't know what time you're playing until the morning. So around 9 a.m., the schedule comes out, and, you could be on stage at 11:30. And, it doesn't matter if you're getting paid like the most on the tour, or you're the oldest band, or you're the brand new band, like, you could be put on any time and they don't care. So you got to go to bed early. You got to like make sure you're like, not too drunk at night. So most of my best memories are playing early, and then you're done at like 12:15, and just you crack a Coors Light, open it right up. Oh, and you just sit out in the sun with all your friends.
Yep.
And you just have there's a barbecue every night, and we would play poker like 5 nights a week. And it was just like the best hang ever. And that's really like, sure, the shows were great. The crowds were great. We only play for 30 minutes, so it's super easy. But the memories I have, the fondest memories are hanging out with my pals, and especially Beartooth, because they became really close with us on Warped Tour in 2015. And then we joined forces to form supergroup Silvertooth. And we played a few shows together as Silvertooth on Warped Tour. And those are pretty amazing memories as well.
Yeah, the friendships, I think, that you develop from a tour like that, right? Like you and Caleb are pretty good friends now, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all those guys, they're amazing. Yeah.
I got to say, I've been a touring technician for 22 years now. That's one thing I've never done was a Warped Tour.
Oh, wow.
And as a tech, it's the opposite end of the scale, where like you don't want to do it.
Oh, it's
you're gonna go postal. And I remember I was working with Pierce the Veil 2014, and I think it was 2014, maybe 15, and they did Warped Tour, I think 15 it was, they headline, or one of the bigger bands or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was 15.
Yeah, and I quit right before that tour.
No,
they were like, we're gonna go do Warped Tour, and I'm like, not me. I'm gonna go back to Shinedown.
No, back to the question: would you rather know when you were gonna die or how you were gonna die? Well, I would have said you would have got both answered right there on Warped Tour in 2015. That would have been your answer of both, and you got out of it.
It would have been that postal. I've never had the opportunity to do a Warped Tour. So I've done Mayhem festivals. I've done those things, but what time you're on at. It's all scheduled.
No, it's crazy, dude. Like from a tech perspective, and this is interesting to talk about. You have to wake up in the morning when the truck gets there, unload the truck, which has all of the bands from the stage gear on it. You put it all under tents. You still don't know what time anyone plays. So all the gear is under the tents. Then you wait until And then what's crazy is like some days it's pouring rain, and you got to figure that out.
Then there's also the aspect is if your gear's not on a truck and it's on a bus, then you got to figure out how to get your gear from wherever to wherever. And people are like begging forklift drivers, I heard. And
what happens? This is the crazy thing. Almost all the gear goes on. If you're on the main stages or even the two bigger side stages, your gear always goes on the truck.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that, except when you're not on the main stage, you're on one of the understages and you get bumped up, which everyone's like, oh, we get to play on main stage today. And the techs are like, no, because they have to literally what you said. They have to in the middle, hot ass morning sun. There's no forklift driver. Forget it. You're pushing your gear. Sometimes like a quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
To play for 30 minutes or 25 minutes. It's insane.
And you find out at, like you said, 10 o'clock. Oh, you're playing this stage, and you got to get this whole trailer over to here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But I mean, still like some of the, and I pushed gear myself. I mean, I wasn't, I did it too. I wasn't just the lead singer syndrome guy, sleeping in and whatever. I did the work too. And I still somehow, after all that, I still have really fun memories of that tour.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next question.
Hey, Mark and HooGie. First off, I really love the show. Great job, fellas. Hey, this question is for Shane. Shane, big fan of Silverstein, and I really, really enjoy the podcast. Good job. Just wondering, have you ever thought about doing a solo record?
Thanks for the question, and thanks for the kind words about the podcast and Silverstein. I actually did start a solo project back in 2016. I put out a 3-song, 7-inch EP, and it was under a project called River Oaks. I called it River Oaks, which was the name of the community I grew up in Oakville. And I did 3 songs. It was softer, but I did everything. I played drums and I played guitar, all the guitars and everything. And it was a lot of fun, and people really dug the project. So that's available on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. It's called River Oaks. You can check that out. And with this quarantine now, it's been 4 years since that EP. So I guess I've just been procrastinating on it, but now I have a little bit of time and I've been writing some songs. So hopefully I'll be able to put out some more music soon, on my own. And typically it's just a little bit on the softer side. Cause with Silverstein, I'm like running around screaming my brains out. Whereas, River Oaks, I get a chance to play guitar and do stuff a little bit more in that range.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. And let's go to our next question now.
Hey, Miguel and HooGie. It's your old pal, Red Cup Jeff. I got a question. Shane told from Silverstein, you've been touring and in a successful rock band for over 20 years. I want to know, everyone wants to know, if you were home in a bubble bath, what would be your top 5 songs that you would be listening to right now? All right, looking forward to the answer. Till next time, Red Cup Jeff, out.
Clear Cup Shane.
Yeah, whatever.
Was he sleeping through half of that question too? Like,
I think he sleeps through all of our questions.
And is he ever going to get my name right? Like, this is the other question I'd like to ask him. But anyways, all right.
There you go. It was like Red Cup Jeff, more like Dead Cup Jeff. Damn. No, did he call you Miguel?
Miguel.
Miguel.
He called me Mitch and Matt.
Mitch and Matt and Maurice and
Oh, God bless you, Jeff. Bubble bath. So first of all, music, bit of an afterthought when I'm in the bubble bath, right?
Okay.
I got to get my red wine. I got to get my whole charcuterie set up, olives, crackers, maybe a tapenade of some kind. So I just want you to really paint a picture of what I'm like in the bath.
Yeah.
And the top 5 supermodels that I'd have it was top 5 songs. Sorry. I thought we were talking about which 5 supermodels would join me in the bath. Geez. I mean, I think like something soft, like time to say goodbye. Like some opera would be really like sensual, I feel, in there. And then maybe like some Brahms, like if we're going real old school.
Yeah.
Kicking it back to Brahms.
Nice.
And then, once like you get going a little bit more in the bathtub, supermodels or not, I think you needed something to like pump up the jams a little bit. Maybe some like CC Peniston. Finally, that would be like a really nice, just upbeat song to kind of set the tempo.
When you're working on that deep clean.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
All over. Yeah. And once it starts to slow down again, I think actually no, you got to get something. You got to get something to really keep you going through. So something fast, like what's a fast up tempo song like "Paranoid" by Black Sabbath?
Oh yeah.
Right. That's like a good jamming in the bath song.
Yeah.
And then just the finisher. Oh man. Inagata Davida, entire full length thing.
That's long.
Yeah, that's what I want there. There you go, Jeff. Ridiculous guy, ridiculous question, ridiculous answer. I hope you're happy.
We love our Red Cup.
All right, and let's go to our next question.
Hey Shane, hope all is well, man. First off, thank you guys so much for that kick-ass virtual concert. I was wondering what you miss most of being on the road and touring during this COVID-19 pandemic. Stay well.
Yeah, well, thanks for checking out the little concert we did on the weekend. And that was really great because that kind of got that feeling back that I missed so much of just being on stage, just performing and traveling with my friends, all those things, you just miss them. And, having great food, having going to cool breweries and, sightseeing when we have time and just all those things that I've been doing now for, pretty much 17 years straight. We were touring with just breaks to make records and, go on vacations. So literally I've been traveling for 17 years and now it's gone. And I can't believe how much I miss all those little things. It's pretty wild.
One thing I tried to bring into my house that we do on the road that did not fly. I tried the bus stock list. I tried putting a list on the fridge and I was hoping my wife would make sure that stuff would be in the fridge like halfway through the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what are the classic things like pita hummus, chips and salsa,
chips and salsa. Yeah.
Bars, some kind of Odwalla smoothies, maybe
a random IPA, something like
right. Local craft beer. Yeah.
So like the first day this started, I put a list on and I wrote bus stock. I put it up on the fridge and I'm like, can you have this in the fridge by 2:00 every day? Yeah.
Shower towels
did not fly.
It's always funny the things that are on those riders sometimes that you see. It's like black socks size 10 or whatever, or like t-shirt, 5 black t-shirts.
We had funny ones back in the day. We had one new release DVD movie.
Yeah.
I've
give us a movie. I don't know. We had.
But did you ever? So you asked for that, but did you? I'm sure you must have ended up with some doubles sometimes too, right?
Surprisingly, like not really.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was pretty random. We got them, and a lot of them we never watched either.
I would think it's probably just a lot of people going to the Walmart bargain bin, right, and just kind of grabbing something out of there.
Well, it had to be a new release,
Yeah, I guess.
This is back when.
Yeah.
Right.
DVDs
Nowadays, it's like you can just stream whatever you want. I don't, which probably bands must make it easier for touring now. The fact that you can just stream whatever show or movie you want, sports events, right?
Yes and no, because depending on what country you're in, then you're blocked out of your whatever account.
Oh, you're like geo-target. Yeah.
Yeah. You're in Europe, you're touring around Europe, you go to log into your Netflix and it doesn't work there because you're in the wrong country.
Yeah, it's true. I'm usually prepared for that. I'll have like a hard drive with some legally downloaded.
Of course.
Of course, legally downloaded shows and movies for my own perusal. But no, like it's crazy how you forget how it used to be. Like I remember touring, we didn't have cell phones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I started, I had a pager. What is the point of a pager when you're on the road? Hold on, guys. We got to stop. I got to make a phone call to hear a voice message that somebody left.
I know. I had a pager too, but not when I was touring. But no, I mean, it is wild to think of just younger bands not knowing how hard it was. Like, I remember the first time I saw a GPS. I saw a band with a GPS. I was like, that's cheating, dude. Like, No, what you do, you drive to the downtown, you find a guy with a leather jacket, and you ask him where the show is, and he always knows. That's how you tour.
Or your tour manager would wake up early and go in the hotel lobby and print out MapQuest directions to like the venue, to the hotel, to the
No, we didn't have a tour, but there was no tour manager or anything for us when we started. It was we would print out MapQuest directions for the entire tour in a binder. And then if somewhere along the way we like went somewhere else, we're like screwed. We're like, I don't know, find it. I don't know, get the Rand McNally Atlas, road atlas, and that's how you had to roll, man.
It's funny because when I first started, I had a guy I toured with, and he's like, Pager, when I first started, I used to travel with an actual phone, and I would walk around the venue and plug it into phone jacks. Until I found a working line, and then I would just we got a hotline, and everybody would like be calling everybody that day and calling home, and
that's so classic. I bet.
You know how old you two sound right now?
Well, like, I just turned 40.
Back in my day, we had to print out the directions.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 40.
And me and Shane are the same age. That's what's funny. Like he sounds
I'm
like
gonna be 40 in February. So man, no,
so
it's wild.
It's so funny. All right, old men, all of us.
Yeah,
I'm just quiet about my how old I am.
Dude, I just turned 40 a couple weeks ago, and I already feel different things that didn't hurt.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
What a shit time to have a 40th birthday.
Seriously.
I had a protest.
You had a protest, so you're allowed more people. But we're not going to say that because we don't need the cops coming to HooGie. Anyways. All right, there you go. Asking a question. Shane Told of Silverstein. All right, man, we're going to come back really quick and we'll wrap up. We'll kind of see what you got planned for the future. Not that anyone really knows, but who knows? Maybe we can look into that crystal ball and find something out. It's all coming up on the Mark and HooGie Show.
Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.
DeanBlundell.com is Canada's premier blog and podcast network. Our unique group of broadcasters, athletes, writers, and production specialists cover platforms that range from music, sports, radio and television, marketing, self-help, and even comedy. 11 podcasts, over 20 bloggers. Pure content madness. Check it out for yourself at DeanBlundell.com.
Support the Mark and HooGie Show by purchasing your very own Mark and HooGie Show merch. Shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, and even flip-flops. You know you want to walk all over them, just like their kids do. So head over to the merch page at themarkandhoogieshow.com today.
What's up? This is Tommy Vex from Bad Wolves, and you're watching the Mark and HooGie Show.
Hey, it's the Mark and HooGie Show. Shane Told of Silverstein joining us today on the show. And dude, I know even with the quarantine and stuff, like we talked about earlier, you guys had your live stream concert. You kind of hinted that you guys would maybe do something like that again, right?
I mean, we'll see, right? I mean, we don't have any plans to right now. Kind of take it as it comes, and I don't think like a couple weeks it's gonna be like everything's gone and we're good. Right. Let's go. So we know it's gonna be a long time before we get out. We have some tour dates booked for 2021, and we're crossing our fingers that everything will be back to normal by then. Of course, no one knows for sure. Mm-hmm. We'll plan that out, but in the meantime, we've been doing some stuff in the studio, and I think people can expect another record, maybe not new music, but maybe something cool from Silverstein before the end of the year. So that could be maybe something sort of exciting for people that are fans, especially if you're an older fan. Could be something pretty cool. So I know that's a little cryptic and whatnot, but keep your ear to the ground for that. And we're working. We're not, just because we're not on the road, working on that side, we're trying to do some other things, and the rest of the band are much less lazy than me, so they're always they're always working on stuff.
And then you got the podcast, Lead Singer Syndrome. What are some of the upcoming guests you got coming up on that show?
Oh man, well today I had Courtney from this group called Spirit Box. They're making a huge splash right now. She's actually the band. I guess they're from Victoria.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, what a cool place to be from. And so that's the new episode today. It's a great episode. I have Dennis DeYoung from Styx.
Oh, see, that's cool.
I think he's going to be on next week. That dude's 73 years old and he rocks, dude. He's so rad. So yeah, like I always draw a blank when people ask. I got Andy Black from Black Veil Brides. He's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks. So lots of great guests. Always. I got Frank Turner back on the show again.
Nice.
My old buddy Frank. So yeah, there's always good guests on the show. I think people can count on me for that. And one thing that's good about the quarantine is because people aren't on the road, because people are stuck at home, bored, they're very open to talking with me on the podcast. So
yeah, nice.
For me, it's actually worked out pretty well with that. And I got some great new sponsors for the podcast too. So that's going really well. So I encourage everyone to check it out. Leadsingersyndrome.com. We can listen to it there.
Look it up.
Cool, man. Well, there you go. Shane Told of Silverstein. Always appreciate it, man. We will hope to have you on the show again soon.
So I want to go back to this booger thing really quick.
Oh, geez.
Okay? So it's HooGie, right?
HooGie, yeah.
HooGie, right? The same way you would spell booger, right?
Yes, you are correct.
It's not HooGie.
No, HooGie.
Would you say it? You say booger, right? So you would say hoogie, Mark? I'm looking at you.
I admit you are right. I was wrong. I've been saying it wrong my entire life. Okay. Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. It's booger, not booger. I apologize to anyone else who was offended out there.
It's the same as boogie. Like it's
Boogeyman. Yeah. All right. You're right.
Like I've heard people say Boogeyman or something. What the hell?
Yeah. Boogie, booger, boogie.
But anyway, thanks for having me. Just had to get that credence out before we finished.
All right. there we go. Shane Told of Silverstein again, leadsingersyndrome.com. Check out the podcast. It's the Mark and HooGie Show. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you all.
The Mark and HooGie Show. Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.